Stop throwing in ones, Chop. Start putting together.
Welcome.
Good game, Chop. Don't break. He's a beast. He's a beast. He's a beast, baby. Chop. Beast. Walk it, baby. Put them together. Okay. In the pocket.
Hundreds of millions of views.
Yeah.
But when you're watching Floyd Mayweather, you have to pay.
The tension between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford has reached a new level. Recently, Mayweather stirred the pot by releasing footage from an old sparring session with Crawford, which reportedly took place during Shakur Stevenson's training camp.
Is Canelo washed up now at 35 years old?
Oh, I don't know. Boxing is a lot of wear and tear on the body. Maybe so.
The back and forth between Mayweather and Crawford has been ongoing ever since the undefeated 50-0 legend publicly challenged him to a fight. Crawford, however, declined the offer, suggesting that Floyd was simply trying to steal the spotlight from his recent accomplishments.
I'm saying if we was ever keep it real, boy, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy.
After several verbal exchanges, Mayweather took things a step further by sharing clips of a sparring session with Crawford on social media. The two had visited Shakur Stevenson's gym earlier this year, where they quietly went a few rounds together. Until now, the sparring had never been mentioned publicly. Interestingly, when photos of the visit surfaced at the time, Mayweather and Crawford were only seen in regular clothes, giving no hint of what actually took place inside the ring. With tensions between the two boiling over, Mayweather released a 30-second clip from the sparring, appearing to show himself in control. The message was clear. He wanted to prove he was still levels above Crawford, directly opposing the praise Crawford has been receiving from Canelo Alvarez, Shane Mosley, and others. In the short footage, Mayweather's trademark reflexes were on full display, slipping Crawford's attempts and tagging him with sharp, accurate counters.
Using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his way.
Long after posting, Mayweather quickly deleted the video from X. By then, though, the clip had already been shared and picked up by multiple news outlets, making the sparring footage impossible to contain.
That's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man.
Actually, in reality, it was Crawford and his team who had invited Mayweather to their training camp as part of their preparations for the September 12th fight. The idea wasn't just to share a few rounds in sparring. Mayweather also observed Crawford's other training sessions, offering guidance and tips designed to sharpen him up and bring him closer to victory on fight night.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd?
I don't know. I thought you'd hesitate maybe even a bit, but no.
Nah, not at all. That's one of my favorite fights.
In the leaked clip, the two were first shown by ringside, with Crawford and his trainers listening closely as Mayweather shared insights. Moments later, they stepped into the ring, where Floyd walked Crawford through finer details of defense, stance, footwork, and overall movement. Once sparring began, Crawford initially pressed forward, letting his hands go in an effort to break through Mayweather's guard. And at times, he did so successfully. Eventually, though, he shifted gears, relying more on his back foot while testing his ability to block and counter Floyd's sharp punches.
If I take Floyd Mayweather in his absolute prime, and I take Manny Pacquiao in his absolute prime,
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd still beats him.
Floyd beat everybody.
You don't believe there's a guy at 140, 147 in the history of boxing that could have beat Floyd in his prime?
It'd be tough. Floyd, man, that boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad.
What makes it, because, and I told people this, I said, look at Floyd. I said, Floyd is not that he trains, it's his life. And from the very beginning, he said, I want to be the...
When I fought Canelo, I was 36 and Canelo was 23, around the same age. Some of these guys won world titles and was undisputed champion. I think, the Tank age, the young low champions. Canelo was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts.
Following their sparring work, Mayweather was asked to give his thoughts on Crawford's training. He responded with respect, saying Crawford is an outstanding talent and easily one of the top fighters of his era. Floyd added that Crawford's style reminded him of his own approach in the ring, as well as some of the toughest rivals he had faced. He finished by pointing out Crawford's hunger and ambition, praising the way he's chasing a lasting legacy in boxing.
And the world said he was inexperienced. I was 36 with 40-something fights. And to tell you the truth, I was over the hill. And so when I fight guys, when I'm in my 30s and they're in their 30s, you know what they say?
What's that?
Oh, this guy all washed up.
A clip of Crawford and Mayweather together sparked a huge reaction online, with fans rushing to share their thoughts on witnessing two legends working side by side. Many drew comparisons to when Crawford trained with Andre Ward in the past, calling it another iconic moment. One fan wrote, "Seeing Crawford and Floyd in the same ring is incredible. I'm glad Crawford is preparing the right way, and I believe he'll shock Canelo on fight night." Another joked, "That ring couldn't handle so much greatness at once." Some even suggested it could be a preview of what a real fight between them might look like. Others believed the session held real value for Crawford's upcoming challenge, with one fan noting, he needs to take Floyd's advice and maybe even learn from Bivol's style. The secret is in the footwork and the rhythm. If Crawford can use that, he's unstoppable.
With Roy Jones Jr.
Floyd Mayweather, anybody else that won't smoke the word Jones, you know damn well they can get in no question. Has there ever been a question? That's one thing that's different from Roy. That's the difference between Roy and Floyd. Floyd picked who he fought. Roy fought whoever the fuck came. He was my legend. So don't get me fucked. Yeah, I made me tough.
Do you respect the Floyd 50-0, or is it like?
You gotta respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could retire to 80-0.
Another fan chimed in saying, "It's great to see top fighters supporting Crawford. I think he could pull off a big decision with Floyd's guidance." However, the relationship between the two has since soured. Mayweather, boasting a flawless 50-0 record, is widely regarded as one of the greatest pound-for-pound boxers of all time. His near-impenetrable defense and ability to dictate the pace of a fight set him apart as a true master of the sport. Beyond his skills in the ring, Floyd's career was defined by extraordinary commercial success, including 4 of the 5 highest-grossing pay-per-view events in boxing history.
Jones versus Floyd Mayweather beef. Now, we all know Floyd was showing the videos of Roy Jones getting knocked the hell out. And I said, where the hell did this come from? Why he do him like that? Well, it stems from Roy. We all know, I don't say Roy talking shit, but
Mayweather concluded his career with a flawless 50-0 record, capturing titles in 5 weight divisions and showcasing a defensive mastery that many consider unmatched in boxing history. He was also one of the sport's most financially successful stars, headlining 4 of the 5 highest-grossing pay-per-view events ever. Speaking with Real Life Productions, Roy Jones Jr. was asked whether Mayweather's record alone made him the greatest of all time. Jones offered a different perspective. "No. You have to respect anyone who stays undefeated that long, and I do respect it to a degree. But 50-0 alone doesn't make him the GOAT. Julio Cesar Chavez went 80-0 at one point, 80 fights. Can you top that? He just didn't stop. Floyd stopped at 50 partly because of Rocky Marciano. If Rocky hadn't passed, he might have kept going too."
Sitting pretty. And I don't know if people realize this, Roy. Your first 50 fights, you didn't get beat. You got DQ'd. Had you been 50-0, would you have stopped?
I thought I won the heavyweight title and went back down and beat Crawford that first time, I would have stopped right there. But it was in my DNA, it was in my...
Jones also criticized Mayweather's farewell fight, in which he stopped UFC star Conor McGregor in the 10th round of his boxing debut. Despite differing opinions, the debate over who is truly the greatest is likely to continue, fueled by the remarkable careers and philosophies of both legends. When asked about Jones's comments claiming he deserved the TBE, the best ever title, Mayweather responded diplomatically, Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I'm glad Roy Jones feels that way about himself. Any fighter who has dedicated their life to boxing and sacrificed so much in the ring should feel that pride. If that's how he feels, more power to him.
The guys around him, he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he make it. Because now, we probably could have got 3 good fights out of it. You understand me? But because we waited too long, the problem what people don't understand is, tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Guess what? We fortunate that we saw the fight. Because to be honest with you, Earl came back from dead and made it back and fought this fight.
Mayweather addressed a past fight that took place at a catchweight, clarifying that it wasn't his idea. He explained that anyone could verify the details online. According to Floyd, Canelo at one point believed Floyd was avoiding the fight, claiming he was too afraid to face him. To prove otherwise, Floyd agreed to Canelo's proposed catchweight of 152 or 152 1-2 pounds. However, after the weigh-in, it became clear there were no strict clauses limiting Canelo's weight gain. Floyd noted that while he made the agreed weight at around 151 to 152 pounds, Canelo ended up much heavier, reportedly close to 168 to 170 pounds by fight night.
Nobody said that. When they were both occupying boxing at the same time, Floyd wasn't sniffing his jockstrap. And I'm talking about Pretty Boy Floyd and Roy. You can't even argue that because we were there. I was there watching both of them. No one mentioned Floyd with Roy. It's not like they're two different eras and you can't compare them. They were being compared. And
Mayweather also praised Roy Jones Jr., saying Roy Jones is one incredible fighter. He's contributed so much to boxing, and I'm truly proud of him. Widely regarded as one of the greatest boxers in history, Floyd Mayweather built an extraordinary career by defeating a long list of elite opponents, winning world titles in 5 different weight divisions, and retiring undefeated. Beyond his skill in the ring, he maintained sharp mental focus and built a massive financial empire along the way, earning him the well-known nickname TBE, the best ever.
I've been in a boxing gym and guys have given me great sparring and great work. They say ass whooping will humble you. I go home and say, you gotta tighten up, champ. Yeah. You gotta get it together, champ. And then sometimes I go home and say, is this for me? I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist. And we all know God only made one thing perfect, and that's my boxing record.
Despite his impressive accomplishments and spotless record, some critics remain unconvinced that the 5-division champion fully deserves the legendary status that surrounds him.
To me, people don't give him enough credit. People always say, well, Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as near as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think he would have beat him?
How? How you gonna keep him off of him? Right. Sugar is a dog. People don't, just cause his name Sugar don't mean nothing. Sugar is a dog. People don't give him enough credit for that.
As discussions around the rivalry between Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. continue, previously unseen sparring footage has surfaced showing the two in the ring years ago, with Floyd appearing to gain the upper hand. Once again, it was Mayweather who released the clip, adding to his collection of sparring highlights. Though he quickly removed it from social media, the video had already gone viral and spread widely online. This isn't the first time Floyd has leaked sparring footage, as he previously shared moments with Roy Jones Jr. as well.
And everyone keeps saying, man, what's it like in there with Floyd with his speed? You know, it's not even, he's quick, yeah, but it's not even the speed, it's his timing. He'll set those traps, and he'll have you coming in thinking you're gonna land something, and then pop, he's there, and then gone. You know, it's all his timing and experience.
Yeah. Does timing slightly translate into power?
Yeah, it does. The hardest shots are those unexpected ones, which, you know,
ones you don't brace yourself for.
Floyd sets you up for.
In the footage, Mayweather clearly appeared to have the advantage, landing clean shots on Roy Jones Jr. while expertly avoiding many of Jones's punches with his trademark defensive skills. Although Jones was the more aggressive fighter, constantly throwing combinations, Floyd's precise movement and timing minimized the impact of most strikes. While the session wasn't personal in nature, Floyd still managed to stagger Jones several times, highlighting just how different a sparring session can be compared to an official fight.
But my take on it always is, there's a lot of guys that can do good in a boxing gym. I can have 30 bad days in a boxing gym. The boxing gym don't count. You know, everybody, even like different guys, all around the sport of boxing, rave about what they did in the gym. I'm here to let every fighter know, and every trainer know, and every promoter know.
Sparring sessions serve many purposes, and a less than perfect performance can actually highlight areas for improvement. Fans were quick to react once the footage surfaced, flooding the comment sections with their opinions. One wrote, "Now I see why Roy Jones never wants to face Floyd." Another added, "Floyd clearly dominated a heavier Roy Jones in the past, yet Jones still claims he's greater. Honestly, he might not even be on Canelo's level." Some fans reminded others of the context, saying, "Remember, sparring sessions don't count. I'd only consider this meaningful if it were an actual fight."
You're there to make your mistakes in a boxing gym. In a boxing gym, you're there to learn. It's a learning experience. You know, I'm not in the gym. When I'm in the gym a lot of times, I'm there to grow and to get better and help guys get better. And I want guys that's sharp help me get better. So just with me being 40 years old,
Despite what the sparring footage suggested, some boxing legends believe that a prime Roy Jones Jr. could have the edge over Floyd Mayweather. The two icons have exchanged words on social media, fueling speculation about a potential matchup. Such a fight would be a clash between two of the sport's greatest technicians, capturing the imagination of boxing fans worldwide. The feud traces back to comments Jones made about Mayweather, saying, "People always say Floyd could have beaten Sugar Ray Leonard. No, Floyd is a great fighter, but he's not nearly as ruthless as Sugar. I respect Floyd, he's cool, but I don't see him handling someone like Sugar in his prime the same way." Jones added, "If Floyd adapted and did something different, maybe he'd have a chance. But what I saw from him at his best, that style wouldn't work against Sugar. Sugar had that extra element, heart. We think Floyd has heart, but we've never seen him truly challenged. Sugar? We know he had it."
His speed, his power, his punch placement, his IQ, the way that he went about boxing. He's a hooper. I like to play basketball. He fish. I like to fish.
Wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for more updates, and we'll see you next time.